Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the 2024 general predictions for the sign of Virgo. So if you are Virgo Moon or Virgo Ascendant, then this video is for you. These predictions are based on Vedic astrology, and first and foremost it is important to look at the 2024 transits from the Moon. The reason is that every event that happens in a person's life will have an impact on the mind. The Moon, as everyone knows, rules emotions, and the transits from the Moon will tell us what emotions a person will feel, and the houses will tell us which area of life it will happen. Then you can look at transits from the Ascendant to confirm an event. That way you can get a more precise prediction. For example, if Jupiter is transiting the 7th house from the Moon, that means a person can experience some happiness and joy in their relationship. Then from the Ascendant, if Jupiter is transiting the 2nd house, then we could make a prediction that a person may get married, because Jupiter in the 2nd house would show expansion in the family. So that's the basic idea. So the first area of life, career. Saturn, the natural significator of career, is placed in the 6th house, which is a very comfortable house for Saturn to be in, because Saturn represents working, and the 6th house is all about providing service, and therefore it is a good placement. In this house, Saturn requires you to have a very strong work ethic and a sense of responsibility to serve other people. Because the 6th house is your daily routine, it is possible that last year and also this year, your life can revolve around your work. The one thing that can be frustrating with Saturn's transit here, especially if you are under the age of 30 or if you are really driven in your career, Saturn here can make you do jobs and tasks that you don't really want to do or you have no interest in. So in other words, Saturn can give you more responsibilities, new jobs, but you may not enjoy performing certain tasks and responsibilities. For example, you could be a new graduate doing an entry-level role, where the job is not really giving you any happiness whatsoever. So you have to remember that this is part of Saturn's plan, where a person has to start from the bottom and build their way up. This is a time you just have to accept it and perform your duties, because better times will come when Jupiter moves into your 9th house on the 1st of May. When Jupiter transits your 9th house, it will bring a little bit more happiness in your work, and you can really gain and learn a lot from seniors and bosses. Saturn in the 6th house can also give challenges in your workplace, with co-workers, bad bosses, and sometimes makes a person bored doing repetitive jobs. If you are someone who is just happy doing their usual routine work and then going home, then this year is good for you. But if you are someone who is looking for progression, promotions, or more enjoyable work, then it can be a bit slow to come by, and you may have to wait until Jupiter transits the 9th house. If you are working as a content creator or working in music, singing and dance, then 2024 will keep you busy with plenty of working opportunities. So you can make the most of it. If you are creating content based on occult sciences, then Ketu's transit in the 1st house is also supportive of that. For finances, a person's income generally depends on their job or business. And when there is a planet in the 6th house like Saturn, it generally means that your daily life or working life is focused around your work and providing a service. And therefore, that can translate to having stable income for the year. Saturn is also ruling your 5th house, which can also be a money house. The 5th house rules fun and enjoyment, and this includes fun people have in order to make more money, and therefore can show things like gambling, investments, stocks, shares, which all have an element of risk. So when the 5th lord is placed in the 6th house, it is not really a great combination, because you don't really want there to be obstacles in 5th house matters. So for investments, you have to show patience and this is not a good time to make quick money, especially the first 4 months of 2024. Jupiter is transiting your 8th house for the first 4 months of the year. And Jupiter is not bad in this house, even though it is a Dusthana house. This position can help you strengthen any shared financial resources you have. Here, Jupiter can also give you inheritance and any sudden gains because Ketu is in the first house, which means that it could be difficult for you to enjoy the sudden wealth. So for example, if you lose a loved one, you might have mixed feelings about benefiting from any money. The 8th house represents other people's money, which can include banks and institutions. And therefore, when Jupiter transits this house, a person can take out a large loan, either a personal loan or a mortgage to buy a house. Jupiter is aspecting your 4th house, which means that there can be growth in 4th house matters such as land and property. After April 2024, Jupiter will move into your 9th house in the sign of Taurus. And Taurus is a sign to do with money and wealth. And Jupiter is comfortable in this house, so you can start to get better financial luck. This is a time you can actually talk to financial experts to get advice or seek opportunities to grow your finances. When Jupiter transits the 9th house, a person can experience expansion in their life, and this can be in the form of acquiring financial knowledge. For relationships, 2024 is a year that you do need to take care. With Rahu in the 7th house, it can sometimes disturb a person's personal life. With Ketu and Rahu on your 1st and 7th house axis, a person can lose themselves and their character and be really obsessed about wanting to be in an enjoyable or unconventional relationship. Pisces is the most romantic sign, so a person can seek a connection with someone to have this pleasure, and therefore Rahu here can show separation or extramarital affairs. Alternatively, because your 7th lord Jupiter is in the 8th house, Rahu in the 7th house can also show transformation, where you and your spouse can rekindle the passion in your bond, where you will have to make the changes to become a better partner to your spouse. Another thing that can happen is Pisces also represents devotion and service. And with Ketu and Rahu on the 1st and 7th house axis, here you may be forced to devote more time to your spouse. For example, your spouse could have health issues, or they might be going through a difficult period where you need to be there for them. Your 7th lord Jupiter is in the 8th house, which can show transformation in a relationship, as well as ill health of spouse. Pisces also represents unconditional love, which in theory is good. However, in the real world, things do not always work out. If you are in a relationship or you are madly in love with a person and you want to marry them, Rahu in the 7th house can show that a person can overextend themselves to their partner. You might promise them so many things and paint a wonderful picture in order for them to say yes to the proposal. But this can be dangerous in the longer run, because after this period you may no longer be able to deliver your promises, which can lead to marriage problems down the line. So the key thing here is to be realistic in matters related to relationships. For health and wellness, when Ketu is transiting the 1st house, it can make a person lose some of their character, which can lead to odd behavior. Ketu in the 1st house can also make a person lose their optimism and happiness in their life. The 4th lord Jupiter is transiting the 8th house, which can mean that you may have to deal with some difficulties in regards to your home, parents, or your lungs, heart and chest area. The 1st house represents the body, and Ketu in the 1st house can show deficiencies in the body which can affect your bodily functions and lead to problems with hair, skin and muscle weakness and show a lack of stamina. Ketu represents the body or the tail of the demon which Lord Vishnu cut in half. So therefore Ketu's transit in the first house can cause stomach, digestion and abdomen related issues. So if you look at the 6th house in your natal chart and if it is weak, then these issues can get activated during 2024. The good thing is Saturn is transiting your 6th house, where it can restrict major diseases and force you to start taking responsibility for your health. Saturn teaches lessons through hardship, so it's possible Saturn can bring some minor health issues to your health, which will force you to start taking better care of yourself. So overall, this should be a good year to build a strong foundation in your career and good for joint financial matters. But you have to take care in health and relationships during 2024. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below, or you can email me at exaltedmercury@gmail.com. And I will see you next time. Thank you.